I'm not done with the shed. I'm sort of at a lull. Um, I've done most everything that I can with the shed. Let's put it that way. In terms of building it out. Now it is an organizational issue, and that's just not my strong suit, and I lose interest in organizing things fairly quickly. I just edited Shedmania 3, which I realized was all about the laundry room because that's where I've moved my efforts onto now, because getting stuff in the shed was designed to make room in the laundry room for the next round of cleaning. But, you know, since I think the last time we talked about the shed, I've added yet another layer of pegboard, which was a pain in the butt because pegboard doesn't come in 1 foot lengths that I could find, so I had to get a 2 foot wide. So basically these are 4x2s, the lower ones, and so these upper ones are another 4x2 that I had to cut in half. And because of a variety of issues involving spacing and things that came available by splitting it in two, they don't quite match up perfectly well. But I don't care. But anyway, so I've begun moving stuff to the upper tier as well, and I am beginning to run out of things to hang on the shelf. That's good. I've got myself a separate toolkit that in a box. The best of the bunch of the boxes that I had left, I took one of those and I put, a hammer, 2 screwdrivers, tape measure, level. So I had some duplicate tools, and I kept a set of duplicate tools of the keys, wrench, lineman pliers, needle nose pliers, wire cutters, crescent wrench, adjustable wrench, square, and the other items that I mentioned previously. So I've got a toolkit that I don't have to come out here to get inside the house, and then the rest of the tools go. There is just one thing that's I really like to do to this shed, and I don't know if you can tell. This is the width of a car. This is not a big shed. This is not a big workspace shed. I can't put the vise in here anywhere because, first off, it weighs 40, 50 pounds or whatever it is. It's outrageously heavy. And then there's no room, right? So anything I do with that, and I'm not intending to get rid of that just yet because they are terribly useful. I just don't have any place to mount it. But it would be nice for those times of the year when you can use the shed, which is, as I say, only half of the year. There's a space right here. And I was at Lowe's the other day, and I ran across a Craftsman mobile tool cart. And I've been kind of looking at these things, and they're ridiculously expensive. But it's a mobile tool cart. You can lock the wheels in place and it becomes stationary. And some of them have workbenches on top. And this one, not only does it have a workbench on top of it, but it's exactly the distance from these shelves to that wall. It's a perfect fit. And that's unusual because most of them are 4 inches bigger. But this one just happens to be exactly the size that needs to go in that spot. And it's $370. And it's like, oh, I really want to spend $370 on a shed, which I have no illusions of me becoming a tinkerer in the shed. That's not me. That's my granddad. And get up from breakfast, go out in the shed, tinker around until dinner time, come in at lunch, but that was my granddad. It's not me. And his shop was 4 times as big as this, 5 times as big as this, much, much bigger than this. And but you want to drill something, you wanna do a little quick bit of work. You come out here. Here's where the tools are. A bench there would be fantastic. And you know, I'm beginning to ask myself whether or not I need the tool storage space. But you know, I have this box of tools, which is yet more tools that don't go up there, or that I don't feel fit up there, but I didn't want to throw away. So I am, I don't know. I looked online and wow, the deal they got. The ridiculous part is I could find a couple more like it, except at another $150 more. So this one at Lowe's looks like an amazing deal, and relatively to the other amazing deals. So I don't know. I really want to get it. I'll put it right there and have a little bench, and I can get myself a shop stool, and I can put out here, and then when I come out here, I can have a small workspace. Not big enough for the vise. Not big enough, frankly, to cut anything. It's not going to be a saw space. But there you go. Speaking of saws, I've got this table saw. And this table saw was a mistake. I really wanted a table. When I was building those cabinets in the laundry room, I wanted a table saw. And at the time, I was like, ooh, new house, doing DIY. I'm going to get myself a table saw. But table saws are kind of expensive. And so I got myself this small table saw. And at the time, I did not get myself a table for the table saw. And I figured there were, ways around this. I couldn't afford the extra $100 for the table at the time. And so I have this table saw, which I used for that project and have used for very little else. And it has been stored somewhere, inside or outside. And if it was outside, it's protected from direct weather, just not dust, for damn near 30 years. I'm gonna break this thing out this week, and I'm gonna see if it is still functional. I don't see why it wouldn't be. I might need a new. The power cord's a little crunchy. It is a little crunchy. Well, we'll see. I don't know if you can see me. I can't see you. These safety glasses combined with the sun mean the screen is virtually invisible. Anyway, I broke out the table saw and worked out a way to secure it to my Black & Decker workbench, portable workbench thing. Forgot what they call those things. It's not really a workbench, but it's a sort of a vise sawhorse kind of thing. And I got the guides out and oiled up bits, and it seems to work. The wood I'm trying to cut is a little bit, bigger than this table saw was envisioned. It's not really a plywood saw, so I've had to cut some of the cuts by hand instead of using the cut guide, which I prefer. And I had some of the shitty wood that I used for patching the side of the. Ooh, I should paint that. Do that right now. Spare wood there, and those cabinets I was talking about doing months and months ago. Well, I've got some wood lying around in a table saw, so I'm cutting some shelves for them, and they're pretty pretty nasty, but I'll paint them and put stuff on them and I won't care. The problem with this cleaning project is, of course, that it's a cascade of never-ending actions. You just have to try to make a space, and then you move things, and then when you move those things, then you see a way to reorganize or organize for the very first time what it is. Over here on these cabinets, which I've talked about before, I talked about yesterday, I was making shelves for them, and obviously I cannot increase the volume of the cabinets, but by adding shelves, I can create more surface area for putting things on. So I had, two big spaces that I was just piling stuff up on, and that's never an efficient system. And so by putting in shelves, I can now neatly tuck stuff away and use that volume space more efficiently. So doing that is making room for me to take stuff out of other places to put in here, or to rethink how this stuff is going in. So I'm hopeful, but it just feels like I've gotten a long way from the shed right now. Right? So the laundry room is kind of neatened up, and now the shed's kind of neatened up, and now I'm working on these cabinets, which I wouldn't say are necessarily neatened up, but not yet anyway, not by a long shot, but I'm getting there. And of course, Chuan is hoping to hold a yard sale this weekend, so I'm also hauling stuff out that's just like, I do not need this. I also have a lot of boxes I think I'm going to get rid of. I tend to keep the boxes for the things I buy in case I want to resell them on eBay later, and then can say they're still in the original box, or are in the original box. But I don't think that that's necessary on a lot of this stuff. So I think there's a bunch of things in here that I'm just going to throw in recycling, but not yet. Anyway, shelves coming, therefore more space. Project for the day, getting this window fixed over here. It's been broken for ages, but it was covered up. And now I've taken it out of the frame. I took it over to Walt's Ace Hardware, and one of the few places left that still will fix windows for you. And they've got it taken care of. Now it's just a matter of getting it back in. It was a bit of a fight getting it out. Now I feel a lot more concerned trying to put it back in, because now it's got glass in it. So, but that is our next step. Yes, it was a pain in the ass to begin with, and it's a pain in the ass now. I'm done for the day. I am so done for the day. Told you it was a pain in the ass to get the window out. Well, it was even harder to get it back in. In fact, it was so hard, I broke the glass. It's got to be because the house is settled, because it just doesn't make any sense. I eventually had to Dremel down some of the window lip because it just simply wasn't possible to lift the window up and push it in on one side. There were no obstructions, nothing I could see. It just simply had to be that the dimensions have changed since the window was set in the first place. Anyway, yeah, broke it in two places. Not so bad that I'm not going to go it can stay there for and I don't give a care. But I can tell you this. What you just heard was very mild in comparison to what was going on here while I was working on this. That's why I cut the video off. when I started to show you me putting the window in place. That was probably, what, 30, 45 minutes, an hour ago. I've been fighting with this son of a bitch. Sorry for that long. I hate this shit. I hate this shit.